Hey there and welcome back to the Merc Brawler, and today we're going to be cracking on with this one, and we're going to start off by highlighting everything up using various colours in order to introduce different tonal values to all the different areas, because at the moment you'll see apart from the blue and the pink highlight it's all just sort of an even green. So I'll get back to you after I've done my first round of highlighting, and you'll be able to see that all of the colours will then have been made different, so the trousers will become apparently different from the smock, the helmet will become different, etc, etc. So I'll get that done. Here we go then. Here is the first pass at toning, and introduced heavy brown to all of the helmet and all of the plates, including the back of the gloves and where the gloves join on, the knee pads, shoulder pads and the backpack. And then I've used khaki on the smock top, which is kind of underneath the plate. You can kind of see the puffy sticky out sleeves here and sort of the bottom edge of it, and so it's kind of buried underneath. And I've used golden brown on the trousers, on the legs, the leggings as such. Then a mixture of grey and brown on the boots, and dead flesh on the belts and the belt pouches and the pistols holster. And I've also used a bit of cold grey to run highlights around all of the guns, both the main gun there and the holstered pistol. What's apparent, as well as putting a bit of cold grey on the pipe coming out of her helmet. Haven't touched the face mask, that'll be a job in and of itself. So the tone has started to separate out, so I'm going to do the second pass and highlight all of this stuff up so that there's even more difference between them all before introducing camouflage onto the smock. Here we have the next pass then, and I've started off with white, so because some colours have been tinted white, start off by doing the white highlights and then use the white to tint the other colours just to avoid mucking up the white. And I started off with the white highlights on the gun and the pipe around them before it come run out of the mouth, and then moved down to mixing the white with a touch of golden brown to give a sort of ivory quality to it, and then applying it to the legs. So that's brought them up. Again, they kind of look almost white now. And then also introduce white to the dead flesh to highlight all of the belt and the pouches, before introducing white to the brown, which still had a bit of grey in it from doing the boots. But now you can clearly see all the kind of constituent parts of the mini very clearly. Now I've got this level of distinguishment. Next thing to do is to introduce camouflage patterns. So going to run desert camo on the legs, on the trousers, and run a sort of jungle, probably I think I might introduce purple and brown and maybe black to the smock. And then we will have the kind of full toning done before we move back into lighting effects. Here's the first pass on the camouflage then, and I've used about 1 part water, 2 parts ink blend on both, so the purple ink has been introduced to the smock, and the skin wash has been introduced, a safe purple and violet has been introduced to the smock, and the skin or chestnutty colour has been introduced to the trousers. It's almost like got desert pattern camouflage on the trousers, and then a summer forest camouflage on the top. So next step, camouflages are normally at least 3 colours. So I think, for instance, British camouflage for forest is woodland green, brown and black blend, and it's sort of you integrate spots and panels. So these are sort of my panels, if you like, and I'm going to introduce a layer of spots. Now the interesting point with these is you might find that other inks perform differently from these because the Vallejo inks are specifically formulated in order to be matte. A lot of inks dry with a sheen on them, and this is worth looking into before purchasing Yonder inks. Next up then, I'm going to introduce black dots over the top, or dark brown dots. I think dark brown dots over the top of the purple and green on the smock, and introduce possibly a golden browny kind of colour, and introduce small dashes, I think, rather than dots into the trousers over the top of the chestnut areas. Here we go then, this is going to be where the camouflage is left at, and have run dark brown dots through the purple and golden brown dashes through the chestnut. This is just on the smock and trousers, and that gives us a reasonably convincing camouflage, one of a desert variety, you can see on the trousers there, and one of a sort of woodland variety that you can see on the top there, with perhaps a little tiny bit of urban, like, I don't know, forest at the edge of the city, with the purple and the forest camouflage. Well, the purple works very good as a shading tone in dappled light like you get in a forest in summer. So I'm just going to do one pass of highlighting on the visor, and this will kind of be the end of this phase of toning where we're setting the tonal range for the final paint job as such. Also the boots introduced a very thin down chestnut to them, just to introduce a bit of a colour range, colour palette to them, and one which I'm actually happier with. So I'm going to redo the fade across the mask now, and this is just to bring it in line, so I'll just run white and golden brown highlights around there. Here we go, this is the final fade for the moment on the mask. Just reinforcing the orange around the edges so that it doesn't just sort of disappear into black, and working on the light through the middle. You can still see a hint of blue coming through. I just wanted to give it a thorough inner glow kind of look, so it'll come out. So there will be another one where we do final lighting effects, where we bring all of the highlights back to bring it all together, and also the blue and pink lighting effects will be reintroduced. For the moment, this is what we have. So I hope this has been of some interest and use to you, and you think that it's all coming together well, and all of your stuff's going really well and coming together to make beautiful miniatures. And so, thank you for watching. Have a good one and take care. Bye bye.